What's my cue?
Hey bestie, it's Katie Wasserman. I am a mom, an esthetician, the owner of Flagstaff Skincare Med Spa, and Prickly Bear Skincare, a post hair removal line. I started Beauty Talk Confessions because honestly, I got tired of how fake the beauty industry can feel. The conversations that happen between wax strips, peels, and facials that no one ever talks about publicly, we are gonna go there. So grab your coffee, get comfy, and let's peel back the layers, one confession at a time. Welcome to Beauty Talk Confessions, where the secrets come out and the glow gets real. Welcome back to Beauty Talk Confessions. Today we're talking about how to get a job in the beauty industry and how to nail that job interview and position yourself so you stand out. I love this topic, and I think that it's so important, especially for new estheticians or anyone that's moving to a new area or starting over. This industry has changed, and in that, hiring has changed and the expectations have changed. Being a business owner, I hire, I interview, and I train. I also have moved to 4 different states, and I've gotten so clear on this process that I've made it fun, and I'm excited to share it with you guys. So where do you even start in the first place? Where do you look for a job? LinkedIn, Indeed are great options. I have found great success in Facebook groups, especially in your area or even esthetician groups. This has been a really nice resource for me to post that I am hiring, and I've had people reach out through there. And you can also post that you're looking for a job. And even Craigslist is a great option at this point, or going to your esthetician school and talking to them. Sometimes these schools have a job board and they will definitely connect you to jobs in the area. So once you guys start that process and you find a location that is hiring, before you even apply, before you even walk in that door, you guys need to do your homework. Make sure that you do a little research. You do not want to walk in that interview and be blindsided by a question that is clear on their website. And you want to make sure that you are showing them that you care and you are standing out. So, few things that I feel like you should focus on if you are applying somewhere. It's ideal to know what services they offer, what is their vibe, are they clinical, are they luxury, maybe they're fast-paced, boutique-y, are they even a franchise, or are they just a small location? Do they push retail heavily? Do they specialize in acne, waxing, acne treatments? These are all important things for you to know so that you can position yourself and focus on the skills that you learned and highlight them to stand out. Hiring is a risk, and right now the beauty industry feels saturated. So you want to do your research, show the owners that you care, and stand out during the job interview. So once you do your research, it's time to put together your resume or even refresh your resume that you have. So your resume is extremely important, you guys. And on your resume, you guys want to make sure it is beauty industry specific. So it should not be corporate or HR, but it does not need to be chaotic. It should be professional. It should be clean, simple fonted, easy to read with no crazy graphics. And it's ideal to include your full contact information, name, email, and a good phone number, your license, your certifications, services that you're trained in, and then make sure to put your education. Definitely put your beauty school if you guys did graduate from high school or you have any college or extracurricular education. Add that there. That is nice to see. And then include 3 previous jobs. If you have more than 3 jobs that you have under your belt, it's nice to include the most recent ones that are focused in our industry. So if you've never been in the beauty industry, hospitality service jobs are great, or hospitality related jobs are great to add to your resume. And then do not forget to add personal and professional references. People do check these, you guys. So make sure you check in with that person, let them know you add them to your resume and someone might be calling. And then I absolutely love it when a resume has a clean and professional headshot. This is the beauty industry, and it is nice to see who I am going to be talking with and put a face when I'm looking at their resume and start creating an image of who this person is. I feel like having a strong before and after as well attached to the second page as a portfolio with 2 to 5 clean images is great. This can showcase your work, and you want to make sure that it is definitely professional. All right, so once you guys have your resume, it is ideal to have a cover letter. And this cover letter can be a generic cover letter that you specify and change some of the information for each location that you are applying to. Most people nowadays skip over a cover letter, but I definitely feel like they work. They show me that someone is detailed and that they care and that they have taken the time to look into my business and see what we're all about and actually can see themselves working there. And on your cover letter, if you've never made a cover letter, it doesn't need to be dramatic. It doesn't need to be your life story, but you do want to have one paragraph about you, one paragraph why you're going to be an asset to their business, and one paragraph about their business. So this is going to be your pitch. And I have received some amazing, thoughtful cover letters. And for me, like I said, they show me that they have done research on my business, and it really separates yourself from at least 75 to 80% of the applicants when I'm looking through applications. Okay, so now that we have our resume and our cover letter ready, we are ready to reach out to businesses. We've done it. So when you guys are reaching out to a business, I recommend going in person. It is so nice to see that someone has taken the time to come in person and that they are serious about this job. If you are not in the area, calling is okay, but it's sometimes missed. And going in person, just like I said, it shows them that you're serious with this. And then definitely do not send them a message over Instagram. Do not send a text message. I have gotten so many DMs. Are you hiring? Text messages, are you hiring? That immediately goes to spam. So just don't do that. So when you reach out to a business, you want to express who you are, why you specifically want to work there, what you will bring, and what you are looking for long term. Make it clear that you want this job, not that this is just a job that you are going to be using as a stepping stone, because owners can feel the difference immediately. So how do you communicate during the job interview that you actually want this job? And this may sound silly, you guys, but how you phrase things is going to be very, very clear to the business owner or the person that is interviewing you of how serious you are about this job position. So this part, it is powerful, and your words are powerful. During the interview process, it is ideal for you to say things like, I would love to grow here. I'm looking for mentorship. I want to build long term. I want to stay somewhere long term. I'm planning on staying somewhere long term. Definitely do not say, I need the experience. I am excited for this training. I eventually want to open my own business and next year have my own suite. I am just seeing what's out there and kind of seeing if this is for me. If this feels temporary, I will let you guys know as a business owner, I am not investing in you. Hiring someone is a process. And to be completely transparent, it's not cheap, you guys. It is expensive to hire someone. At my location, I am a small business owner, and I give myself an average of $8,000 to $10,000 just to hire an employee. That includes overhead of discounted services. That includes my training time. That includes products that we're going to be using for training, free services that the employee will have for training, certifications, all of that. And so if I'm going to invest that much time and that much money into bringing you on my team, I need to know and feel that you are committed. Okay, so we just had our interview. We just nailed our interview because we used words like, I want to succeed here. I want to help build the team here. I want to be a part of this. So we nailed that interview. And the next step is they offered us a working interview. What is a working interview? So this is something that was completely new to me in the beauty industry. And it's something that I really want to talk about because it is intimidating, but it is a great opportunity to show your skills. And if you guys go in there with a clear head, you're going to kill it. So, a few things with a working interview. It is a professional test. It's a culture test. It's also a stress test. And don't let that stress you out. But we want to see how you work in these situations, because in the spa industry, like you've experienced at school, things can happen all the time. And so we want to see how you handle that, how you're going to handle a situation. We also want to see your energy level. And I am watching your technique through this, but I'm also watching, how do you set up? How do you clean your tools? How do you consult the client? How do you explain what you're doing? How do you receive feedback? And how do you interact with the team? I like to see this because it gives me an idea of where this esthetician is and at what level the training they will need to be the esthetician that I need at my business, so that they are comfortable working and I feel comfortable with them taking my clients. So during this interview, you guys, energy matters. Definitely coachability matters. Your attitude matters. I don't expect you to know everything. This is a working interview. So ask questions, but definitely, like I said, showcase your skills. Show me what level you're at, so I know what I need to do to come in and help you to make you stronger in certain areas and what you will be able to bring to the team. So with this working interview, this is something I want to talk about. So what do you bring to your working interview? My first working interview, you guys, I was in Oregon. I was working at a waxing only salon in Oregon, and I was invited to a working interview with another newbie esthetician, and we were told that we were going to be dual waxing the owner side by side, one half of her body. And it was a great training opportunity because this woman had a lot of different weight gain and weight loss. She had some kids. She also had a tummy tuck. So there was a lot of areas for us to learn on her. And on top of that, she was the owner of this very successful waxing company. So I walked into this working interview, and the first thing she said to us is, "Where are your tools?" And I literally looked like a deer in headlights, because prior to this location, I had only worked in hair. And it was a no-brainer to me, like, what are my hair tools? Obviously, it's going to be my hairbrush, my blow dryer, and all that. But what are your tools in the beauty industry? And this is a funny question, but I will let you know, in the interviewing process and in my process of doing a working interview, the estheticians that do bring their own supplies have also stood out beyond the other estheticians. And so at a working interview, if you are going to do a facial or a waxing interview, bring tweezers, bring a brow spoolie, and bring brow scissors. That's going to be for a waxing interview. If you're coming for a facial interview and you're going to be doing a facial, just ask them if you need to bring anything. There's not really any tools that are tool specific that you would be bringing for that. Ask them what the steps are beforehand. Okay, so during the working interview for facial, slow down, you guys. You do not need to rush. And if you are not familiar with the products that are using in this facial, ask questions before you start. Ask what steps they are and set yourself up in that order. Now, once you go and get your client, you want to do a quick consultation. You want to explain what service you are doing. You want to ask the client what medications they are on, if there's any contraindications. You also want to ask them what their concerns are. Now, once you're ready to start, you want to follow the sanitation and the protocols. And if you are reminded, that is okay, but it is ideal if you are able to read through those and work through those gray areas. And then at the end, it is okay to say that you are open to feedback and that you are wanting to improve. This, for me, tells me that you are coachable. It also shows me that you are teachable, and it gives me the opportunity that I can train you our technique. Okay, so we had our working interview. It has been a day. After the interview, it is important to send a thank you email within 24 hours. You want to reframe your interest. Mention something specific that you appreciated during this interviewing process. Almost no one does this follow-up part anymore, and professionals follow up. Professionals reach out. They show that they are interested in getting this job. Okay, if I was brand new out of school, you guys, if I was starting this career off in 2026 and I was brand new to today, the steps that I would do in the process of getting a job is I would get licensed, I would work somewhere first, learn consultations, learn retail, master 2 to 3 services deeply, show up early, stay humble, treat my first job like it's apprenticeship, say yes to everything. This industry rewards consistency. And I can tell you that it is a small industry and people can tell when you are consistent. This is a career. So you need to treat this like a career. It is not a hobby. So remember, guys, if you want to be hired in 2026 and nail that job interview and stand out, think like a business owner. If you want to stay hired, think like a partner. If you want to grow, think long term. And if you're struggling right now to get hired, message me. Tell me where you're at. I want to hear from you and I can help you. All right, you guys, I'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much for being a part of this space and for listening to today's episode of Beauty Talk Confessions. I wanted to take a moment and recognize our amazing sponsors, Prickly Bear, a desert-curated post-hair removal skincare line with pre- and post-care products created to support healthy skin beyond the treatment room, launching this summer. If this conversation resonated with you, make sure to follow the show and share it with someone in the beauty industry. Staying connected is how we grow, learn, and support each other. You can also follow us on Instagram at Beauty Talk Confessions and Prickly Bear for updates, behind the scenes, and more conversations like this. And if you have a moment, leaving a review helps this podcast reach more people who need this conversation too, and it would mean the world to me. This is Beauty Talk Confessions, and I'll see you next week.